Alright, let's make a small introduction about myself as well. My name is Ram Boypati. I have nearly 13 plus years of work experience in IT industry. In this 13 years of experience, I've been working for the technologies of the SQL, Python, MSBI, Power BI, and this Microsoft Fabric and Azure Data Engineering. So I'm always from starting of my career, I'm with this Microsoft technologies only. I was started my career with SQL, then transmission to MSBI, and overall 13 years of IT experience. And out of this 7 plus years, from last 7 plus years of experience, I've been providing these trainings on the this courses. Okay, and in this 7 plus years of IT training experience, and we had a lot of people also placed, and we trained from across the globe like USA, UK, Australia, and many countries. We have our students, and I started this e-classes in 2016. So you can watch my website as well. This is my website in e-classes, and you can able to see our office premises as well. If anybody wants to come and speak with me directly also, you can come in Hyderabad as well. So our office is located in the Hyderabad location. And also we are providing for the students more comfort platform. It's like a LMS portal also, we are going to provide it over here, and we have our own mobile app. So what are the benefits with this LMS portal and the mobile app is, we are going to make it a live interactive sessions inside that one, and also we are providing the recording sessions. Once the class completed, immediately automatically the recordings will be available, and also we are going to maintain the attendance of the students, how many sessions they are attending inside this over here, and weekly test also. So generally you need to check up your knowledge after every weekly when you are completing of your course as well, and the daily class notes we are going to update. And the main interesting thing of this e-classes is, we are going to create a chart with a directly trainer. After the session also, you can able to directly interact with the trainer anytime whenever you want over here. And also we have a group chats with your students, like your batchmates also. You can able to make a deep discussion with them as well. And we are going to provide some sample resumes and certification guidance, and all those things we are going to offer it over here. Okay, so as per my experience, many of the people who are wants to come to this IT industry, what I have observed, their minimum qualification to come to IT industry is graduation or any post graduation. So I have divided this people into 4 different kind of categories. The first category is about like they were like already working in IT from last 10 years or 20 years or 15 years or 5 years or 4 years. Now they want to upskill their knowledge to gain more salary, to secure their job from the existing technology into different technology. They want to come out over here. So in such kind of situations, what I am going to having a better technology currently in the market, latest is Microsoft Fabric. That is the one main important thing over here. So this category 1 people is, they are already working in IT and they want to switch their upgrade their skill. And the second category is about like they were working in non-IT, but they want to come into IT because of the very less packages, salaries, no job security over there. So that is the reason they want to come to IT, switching their career from non-IT to IT by learning this Microsoft Fabric. So what is this Microsoft Fabric? We are going to make a deep discussion now, no problem. So the third category is, they are going to be like a career gap. They completed their graduation or post graduation, but they were not working anywhere in non-IT or in IT. So they have prepared for some government exams, they prepared for some groups, and they done their own businesses because of this 5 years or 10 years of the career gap. Now they want to come to the IT industry. And the fourth category is about the freshers. They recently passed out in 2022, 23, 24, but they want to come to this data set because of their more intelligence on this one. Okay, so let's try to understand first what is this Microsoft Fabric, and what kind of jobs we are going to apply after completion of this one. What is Microsoft Fabric, and what kind of job opportunities we have with this Microsoft Fabric, and what are the things we are going to learn inside the Fabric, and what kind of background people can able to learn. Is there any prerequisites to learn this Microsoft Fabric? After completion of the Microsoft Fabric, what are the job opportunities we have, and how this Microsoft Fabric is going to be having a good market in future as well. These are all the things I'm going to give a clear picture on this training in this demo session. Then you can decide like whether you want to learn this Microsoft Fabric or not. Okay, so many people are thinking like Microsoft Fabric is a new thing. Microsoft Fabric is not a new platform. It's already old and existing platform only, but they were integrating all the three different things into single place. What are those three different things they are going to make in a single place? Let's, for example, Microsoft is offering data engineering capabilities. Microsoft is offering data analysis capabilities. Microsoft is offering data science capabilities. So what is a data engineer, data analyst, and data scientist? First, try to understand the actual roles of the data engineer, data analyst, and data scientist. Then after, how this Microsoft Fabric is going to help you to implement this data engineering, data analysis, and data science on top of this one, to give a solution for the customer. Okay, so Microsoft Fabric is a SaaS platform offering the below three services: data engineering, data analysis, and data science in single place. You never see this kind of platform so far to give a complete business intelligence to the customers in a single place with very less coding, less development, easy to develop, easy to deploy, easy to manage. It's a completely software as a service platform having the data engineering, data analysis, and data science in a single place. First, let's try to understand what is a data engineering. So data engineering means, as for example, I have a business. Everywhere we have a business, right? Whatever the business data existing in different locations. Let's take the use case over here. I have a supermarket over here. One supermarket is located in India. Another supermarket is located in USA. So every day when the customer is coming to the supermarket and doing of the transactions, buying the product, they are going to pay the amount through the credit card or debit card, whatever it is. Immediately the transactions data is going to be stored in the backend database. Similarly, in every supermarket, not only in India, even in the USA also, the transactions data we are going to store in the backend databases. Now, as a data engineer, what you need to do? As a data engineer, you have to extract, copy, take the data, collecting the data, and the collected data you need to apply some data transformation techniques, and you need to load into one centralized location. So this is what like a data engineer is predominantly working on, the ETLs, extraction, transformation, and loading of the things, and saving of your data in one centralized repository. This is the role of the data engineer. So data engineer is going to extracting the business data, applying the transformations, and loading into a data warehousing over here. Extracting the business data, applying the transformations, and loading of the data into data warehousing over here, whatever the centralized repository. The main role of the data engineer is he has to clean, collect, clean, transform, and load the data from different business locations, from different formatted data and a different kind of data you can keep into one particular centralized location. Why we need to keep in one particular centralized location? The reason because the data, whatever the business data we are extracting, we were going to do some insights, reports, dashboards we have to create and present to the client. Why this all things required? Because nowadays there is a heavy competition in the market. To overcome this competition, definitely we have to maintain some business intelligence system. Otherwise, how can you take correct decision about your business? You cannot take the correct decision about your business. Let's, for example, I am a CEO of the supermarkets. I want to understand so far what is the total sales happen, so far what is the sales amount, top 10 products, bottom 10 products, and what is the next month sales. This kind of things, if you want to understand, you need a dashboard. According to that insights about your business, you can take a better decision. Let's, for example, if I am finding top 10 products with the highest sales, I can take a decision, oh, these are the 10 products I have to take more stock to be available in our stores. And the bottom 10 products means with the less sales, oh, these are all the 10 products, I don't want much stock to be maintained. These kind of decisions will improve your business performance as well. So for that we have to design some reports and dashboards and insights by taking the business data, what a data engineer is cleaned, transformed and saved in one centralized location. So data analysis is all about like a understanding of the business data and designing of the reports and dashboards. We have to design the reports and dashboards and providing and visualizing the key insights of the data to the client. So who will do this work? A data analyst will do. Okay, now coming to data scientist. What the data scientist will do? You know, nowadays, like say machine learning, artificial intelligence, there are so many things are coming to the market. So data scientist is completely working on the advanced data algorithms he is going to work. So he is going to run some machine learning models to be prepared, some machine learning models to be prepared on the data what we were receiving, and he is going to give you some advanced analysis, like for example predictions. Next month what kind of, how much sales I can expect, what is the sales amount I can expect. How can you say next month sales? Yes, that is possible. Based on the history we can expect. So generally in the November to December there is a rainy season, right? How can you tell in the in the August to September there is a rainy season? That's because of the previous history. In this months every year there might be a rainfall, right? So similarly, if you want to do kind of some predictions, some segmenting of the data, to do the deep analysis on the data, we can do some machine learning things as well in the data science. So when a customer, a client is reaching out to you to implement a complete business intelligence solution for his company, definitely you have to implement all these three areas: data engineering, data analysis and data science, because nowadays it's very heavy competition in the business. So far what's happening, to implement a data engineering part, data analysis part and data science part, there is no such platform all these three in a single place. But the very first time Microsoft has introduced all in one place. Okay, earlier to Microsoft Fabric, to implement this complete business intelligence solution to the customer, what are all the different platforms we were using? To implement this data engineering part, so far what we are doing, we are using Microsoft Azure platform and Microsoft Power BI platform we are using over here. So mostly these two platforms we are going to implement Microsoft Azure platform and Microsoft Power BI platform. Microsoft Power BI platform. These are the three platforms we are going to use so far it over here. Two platforms. So Microsoft Azure is a cloud-based platform. It is offering so many services along with this data engineering related and data science related as well. So inside we have several ETL services, storage services, and machine learning studio also we have inside. You can able to run your models, train your models, and you can able to predict the data as well. Many things you can able to perform it over here. Okay, so generally this is the use case. Let's, for example, I have a supermarket, I have a business data over here. So as a Microsoft Azure data engineer, we are going to storing all the data into cloud environment of the Microsoft Azure. And how can you do this ETL processes? We are doing some ETL tools by using a data factory and some other Databricks tools and storing of the data into the Microsoft Azure. Then after, a Power BI developer is going to connecting from this Power BI platform into this Microsoft Azure storage and designing up the reports and dashboards and sharing that one. If any kind of machine learning models they are going to run inside this one, so that data by taking it here and they are going to load it over here. Okay, so finally once the data is stored somewhere, your Power BI team is going to connect it to the Microsoft Azure. Now a Microsoft company, what it has done, they don't want to maintain these many platforms to implement a complete end-to-end business solution to the customer. What they have done, Microsoft Fabric, they have introduced this one, and this Microsoft Fabric environment does not have any 100% new capabilities. It is using the existing capabilities only. So Microsoft Fabric is a platform where we have, it is a part of 100% Power BI, 100% Microsoft Azure, not 100%, 80%. So what's happening here, they have kept in one particular place whatever the data engineering related capabilities you needed to do this one, and storage and data analysis, and you can able to develop the models and all those things you can able to do it over here. So Microsoft Fabric platform is a combination of it having the capabilities of existing Azure data engineering. So Microsoft Fabric having the capabilities of existing Azure data engineering capabilities. Azure data engineering means generally in Azure data engineering in the Microsoft cloud, what the things we have a storage related, we have a ETL related. Whatever the storage point of view, you are using a data lake, data warehouse, nothing but a Synapse data warehouse, and ETL services, data factory, Databricks, live streaming, all these services are available in your Microsoft Fabric as well. Now coming to the data analysis point of view, whatever the Power BI we have, 100% whatever the Power BI available earlier, same that 100% Power BI is available in the Microsoft Fabric itself. And then after data science point of view, in the Microsoft machine learning studio, that is available currently in the Microsoft Fabric also. So Microsoft Fabric is simply bringing of the existing Microsoft Azure capabilities plus Power BI capabilities. I can say simply Microsoft Fabric is equals to Microsoft Azure data engineering capabilities plus Microsoft machine learning studio plus Power BI. With the combination of these three capabilities, it is called Microsoft Fabric. Simple. Microsoft Fabric is not a new technology. Microsoft Fabric is combining of the existing technologies into one place. So if I am learning Microsoft Fabric, that means are we going to learn 100% Azure Data Engineering, Microsoft Azure Data Engineering, Microsoft Machine Learning Studio plus Power BI? Yes. Power BI 100% we are going to have. Many people wants to learn only Power BI course. So inside this Microsoft Fabric, if I am learning separately Power BI course and if I am learning a Power BI with Microsoft Fabric, is there any difference? Nothing difference. Zero difference. If you are enrolling only for Power BI course and what they are teaching, if I am enrolling for a Power BI course in this Microsoft Fabric, any difference? Nothing difference. 100% what we are covering in the Microsoft Power BI course, the same thing we are going to cover in this Microsoft Fabric as well. Next thing, if I am enrolling for Azure Data Engineering, instead of enrolling for Azure Data Engineering, if I am enrolling for Microsoft Fabric, is it going to cover everything what we have in the Microsoft Azure Data Engineering inside this Microsoft Fabric? Not 100%. 80% of the things similar what we have in the Azure Data Engineering. Inside the Azure Data Engineering course, when you are learning, whatever the things you have, same thing you have 80% in the Microsoft Fabric also. Okay, then what about the 20%? If you are still wants to learn Azure Data Engineering, the remaining 20% you can do a self-learning. It's just 3 to 4 days. If you are concentrating, you can able to complete the Azure Data Engineering. Next, the Machine Learning Studio. Yes, the same thing what you have inside the Microsoft Azure Machine Learning Studio, 100% you have the same thing inside the Microsoft Fabric as well. So why here 80% means Microsoft is trying to reduce the effort of the developers comparing to Azure Data Engineering inside the Microsoft Fabric. They are making simplifying. They are making simplifying over here. So what exactly inside this Microsoft Fabric we are going to develop? Inside the Microsoft Fabric, I can make this into, this is the flow. Generally, first we need to bring the data into Microsoft Fabric. We have a lake house concept. This lake house is something similar like a data lake in Microsoft Azure. It is going to store any kind of files, Excel, CSV, text, audio, video, images. You can store any kind of data inside this lake house. It is a simple storage like your Google Drive in simple words. So how to bring a data into lake house from your business servers located outside of the cloud or in another cloud environment? My data already in a Microsoft Azure or in a AWS or in a GCP, or my data in a Oracle database, or my data in a SQL server. How to bring into lake house? For that we are going to use the data factory tool only. The same whatever the data factory tool, ETL tool we have inside the Microsoft Azure, exact the data factory tool we are going to use it here. That is available in the Microsoft Fabric. Data factory is a ETL tool to extract the data from different places. Then whatever the business data we are receiving into lake house, that you need to load into a data warehousing. How to move the data from lakehouse to data warehousing. Here we are going to use again data flows. Data flows. The data flows are something earlier we have in the data factory. Again here also data factory, data flows Gen 2 we are going to use. This is more something similar like inside the Power BI we have a Power Query editor. It is something similar like a Power Query editor only. That I will show you, no problem. So the data will come to data warehouse. The data will come to the data warehouse over here. Data warehouse is something similar like a SQL part. It is something you can store your data in terms of the database and tables and some SQL server tables over here. So we are using data factory here for ingesting the data from different sources. Let's, for example, this is Oracle. I have my data in Oracle. I have my data in a SQL server. I have my data in a AWS cloud, another cloud environment. Anywhere your data that you can able to bring into one centralized location from all the places in terms of a files. Data factory, lakehouse. Then after, by using a data factory, data flows. Data flows means here we can able to apply the transformations. The moment when you are bringing the data from SQL, Oracle, AWS into lakehouse, we are not applying any kind of transformation techniques. As it is the raw data, the business data what we have, we are going to bring that data here in terms of the files. For example, in my SQL server I have 10 tables. The 10 tables we are going to load into lakehouse like a 10 CSV files. Those 10 CSV files we are going to apply some transformations, means like a cleaning, transforming the data. By using this data flow Gen 2 we are going to load into data warehousing. So once the data is coming to your data warehousing, on top of this data and tables we are going to develop a data model over here. Data model means we are going to create the relationships between the tables. Data modeling. Once the data modeling is completed, then we are going to have Power BI reports over here. This is going to be Power BI reports over here. Then finally we are going to sharing of the reports to the customer. This is the flow we are going to define inside the Microsoft Fabric. Apart from this, we have some other capabilities like sometimes you have a IoT devices, sensors data, live streaming data. That data if you want to bring it over here, we have one more service available, and that data you can able to store in a separate database, that is a KQL database, Custo Query Language Database. That is mostly for the live streaming data. This is a IoT mission. From this IoT mission we are going to store the data into this KQL database. This also we are going to discuss. How you are going to bring the data from IoT devices into KQL database. We have a real-time analytics. By using this service we can do. And the other kind of thing is we have a machine learning studio also available. So by using this machine learning studio, you can take this data, you can train the model, you can develop, and the outcome you can able to store into data warehousing, that you can use to design the Power BI reports. This is for data science purpose. So here I told you right to apply the transformations in between the lakehouse to data warehousing. Either here you can able to use the data flows, or you can use a Spark notebooks as well. So if you guys wants to learn only Power BI course, your role will start from here to here. If you want to learn completely the behind data engineering part and all those things also, you can able to learn these things also. Okay, if I am learning alone only Power BI, do we have any weightage? Okay, let's take a use case. If you are learning only Power BI part in this Microsoft Fabric and you are going to the interview, if someone is coming with all these capabilities of this data engineering part, data science part and Power BI part, are you going to having a competition with him? Because nowadays what's happening, I have seen many projects what already developed in the Microsoft Azure, they are migrating to the Microsoft Fabric. If any new customer is coming, companies are giving a proposal with the Microsoft Fabric only to implement the new projects. Okay, and you can able to see some jobs also already available in the Microsoft Fabric as well. So in the market there is no resources available already in the market over here. So there was already jobs started, but there is no resources because many people don't know about what exactly Microsoft Fabric. So after completion of this course, what kind of certification you can able to do? You can do DP 600. This is the certification exam we need to do. If you need any kind of guidance on this DP 600 also, I am going to help you. So finally, inside this Microsoft Fabric, what are all the things we are going to cover is, we can divide it into three things. Storage point of view, we have a lake house, and we have a data warehouse, we have a KQL database for real-time data storage. These are for data storage purpose. Then after, we are going to have data ingestion. For data ingestion means it's a ETL process purpose. We have data factory, data flows, and Spark. Data engineering, we are calling this as a data engineering, that is Spark notebooks. Inside this Spark notebooks, we are going to write down SQL or Python. One beautiful thing inside this Microsoft Fabric is they are integrating with a Copilot. You don't need to write down any coding here. You just tell the scenario, automatically Copilot is giving a code for you. So don't worry about this. Do I need to learn extensive SQL, extensive Python? Not required. If you know the basics, then that will make a help to ask the questions in the Copilot directly integrated. According to your data, your scenario, your columns, your schema, automatically it is writing the commands, expressions. You can use that one. Okay, and then after, we have a data science capabilities, and we have a live streaming jobs as well, live streaming analytics. Okay, these are the data ingestion process purpose. Then after, we are going to design semantic modeling over here. Then after, we are going to design completely how to design a Power BI reports and dashboards. These two things are mostly related to Power BI. These are related to the data ingestion, means movement from data one place to another place, and these are going to be data storage purpose. Let me try to log into the Microsoft Fabric portal. And this is this license, how many days I can able to practice. So we are going to provide 60 days free plan for practice purpose. I will tell you in the next sessions how to create Microsoft Fabric free license 60 days to practicing purpose. Let me try to log into this Fabric environment. How to log in? They are simply using the existing Power BI platform only to make it Microsoft Fabric. Microsoft Fabric means it's not a new environment you are going to use like a www.fabric.com. So nothing is there. Simply we are going to use app.powerbi.com. Inside only they are keeping all Microsoft Azure related, Power BI related things. Simply click on app.powerbi.com. I'm just trying to log in inside. Let me try to log in with my email address, whichever I have already created the subscription. Alright, see here in the bottom, simply click on it over here. Let's go to the Microsoft Fabric. See here, these are all the services we have inside the Microsoft Fabric. We have complete Power BI, we have complete data factory, and we have a real-time intelligence, data engineering, data science, data warehousing. These are all the things. Okay, let's, for example, I have already created one. Let's go to the Power BI here. Goes to your workspace. Let's me goes to the e-classes workspace. Here already I created one lake house. Let me show you how to make it a lake house. Or else simply I will create one workspace newly. Let's make it a test workspace, because workspace is something like a for creating of all the items what you have inside the Fabric. So once the workspace has created, first let me try to create a, goes to the new item. What the item you want to create? I want to create a lake house. Okay, so how simple it is going to be to create a lake house. Simply you can goes to where is the lake house? Let's filter lake house. Simply click on this one. So it is asking to upgrade. Yes, definitely I will upgrade. Click OK. Just give your lake house name. It's my files lake house. Okay, then simply click on create. See, simple. You are going to just simply uploading of your files into this lake house. Here you can able to upload the files, go to your local computer. What are all the files you want to upload it over here, and let's, for example, from this fabric, from these files, I'm going to upload these files. Click on upload. Done. Ideally I'm doing manually uploading. Instead of doing this one, you can able to create a data factory pipelines. So that data factory you can able. Let's go to these files and you can able to see the product file. This is the data you have. This you can able to upload either manually upload files, or you can use a data factory pipeline to get the data from AWS or SQL server or anywhere. Simply click on this creating a new data factory pipeline. Let me give as a pipeline one that name. Here you can able to design the ETL pipelines. It has already what we have in the Microsoft Azure, the same capabilities you can able to see it over here. See, let me close this one. Yes, cancel. Here I am going to create a new pipeline activity. Let me take a copy data activity. See, what are all the activities in your data factory environment you have. So everything you can able to see it over here. Everything you can able to see it over here. Simply drag and drop and designing of the data factory capabilities what you have. So what this data factory we are going to use? The data factory we are going to use for the purpose of to copy the data what you have inside this AWS or SQL or Oracle to copy into Lakehouse. Either you can upload data manually into Lakehouse or you can copy. Okay, from this Lakehouse to this data warehousing, by using these data flows, how can we develop? So for that you can simply goes to your test workspace, then goes to data flows over here. Simply create a new item. See, there is a data flow gen 2. Simply create one data flow gen 2. This is for what purpose we are using. Here you can able to apply connecting to your Lakehouse. See here, get data for what you are trying to connect. Click more. I'm trying to connecting to the my Lakehouse. What is your Lakehouse? Where you have all your files? That is in the my Lakehouse. Simply connecting to my Lakehouse, and your Lakehouse contains some files. Just try to bring that files. See here, this is your Lakehouse. You just now you uploaded the files. Let's take it a sales transpose file, or else you can take it a sales.csv file. Okay, then click on create. So the data will come over here. So on this data you can able to apply several kind of transformation techniques. For example, I want to filter this data. Okay, this first row I want to promote it as a headers. Goes to the transform, use the first row as a headers, and I want to apply a filter condition over here. What kind of filter you want to apply? I want to apply this total price or something like product ID. On this product ID I want to filter only 6 products only I want to take it. Then click OK. So this is how you can able to apply the filters. Now you want to load this data into a data warehousing. So then you need to create a data warehousing first. Let's simply publish this one. I'm going to create one data warehousing also. Goes to your test workspace and create a new item. What do you want to create? I want to create a data warehouse. Data warehouse. Where you can find that data warehouse? You can call it as a warehouse. Yeah, simply click on the warehouse. Give some name for the warehouse. My warehouse creating. Done. How simply you are creating the data warehousing. So you need to load the data into this data warehousing, right? already you are developing one pipeline, right? So the data flows. Let's go to the test workspace, and here you can see all the things what you have created so far. Open your data flows. I think still it is processing. Once it is done, you can able to open this one. Then you can able to load the data from lakehouse to data warehousing. Once the data is coming to data warehousing, you can develop a model and you can design a reports. Let me show you. So it is processing the data. Once it is done, then we can able to open this one, or you can click on edit. Yeah. So already I have connected to lakehouse in the data flows. Now I want to load the data into add a destination, where into data warehousing. So simply click on next. So in your data warehouse, this is my data warehouse. Do you want to load the data? What is the table name you want to give? Sales table. I want to create a new table. Goes to this data warehousing. Click next. Simply it is going to create a sales table and loading of the data. I want to replace the data every time whenever I am going to load. Save the changes. Done. Now you can go and check your data warehousing. See, goes to my warehouse. Sorry. Let's try to publish it. So with the help of data flows, we have connected to the lakehouse, apply the transformations, then we are going to load into data warehousing. Now we can go to your data warehouse. See, there is my warehouse over here, and you can see under the warehouse goes to the schemas, goes to DBO. Is there any table created under the, goes to the tables. I think still it is processing. Let's wait just few seconds. You can wait. The table and the file will be created here under the tables. You can able to write down some SQL queries also inside over here. Yeah, data flow 1 has published successfully, and it is going to be processing of the data and creating a table inside the tables over here. So once the data is coming to data warehousing here, then you need to design a data modeling. Then after you can design a Power BI. Choice is yours. If you don't want this data modeling, you can directly design the Power BI reports also. But I want to design a data modeling over here. Okay, I want to design a data modeling. See here. Yes, sales table is coming over here. Sales table is coming. So what exactly you want to do on this sales table? Do you want to design any kind of reports? Yes, I want to design a reports. Simply goes to the reporting over here, create a new report. Or if you want to create a model before, no, I want to directly create a new report on this one. Simply click on continue. It will open Power BI now. Inside the Power BI, simply you can able to design the reports. See here, you can able to take this visualization. How simply we are building the solutions. Total price by each, start date wise. See, done. Now this report you can able to save it. Report name hello. Click on save it. This report you can able to share to the customers. How to share? Simply click on share. Provide the email address of the customer. So this is how we can able to perform the designing, getting the data from SQL Server to Lakehouse by using Data Factory, then apply the transformations, then design the data modeling, design the Power BI reports. This is the complete flow. So in this course also I am going to discussing about the complete flow of how to manage, how to create a solution, environment setup. The first thing, environment setup, then after storages, then after ETL tools, then after I am going to discussing about modeling, then after reporting, then deployment. These are the things I am going to cover. So your main question here and confusion is, if I am learning Microsoft Fabric, when I am having a career gap, how can I keep the experience on this one? So Microsoft Fabric platform, this version has introduced in from last 2 years only, but inside this Fabric we have a Power BI, right? We have a data factory, right? Microsoft Power BI is from last 10 years. Microsoft Data Factory is from last 8-9 years. So we are going to build your profile. My career was started with Power BI. My career was started with the Data Factory. Then from last 2 years I've been involved in the Microsoft Fabric environment, because there are plenty of opportunities are going to be open in the coming next months for the new projects. So companies are looking for a candidate who are already trained Fabric and worked on that environment. They will easily pick your profile, and the interview pattern also is very easy. Okay, if you are completing this course and certification of the DP600, there is more probability for you to get the job. So in this we are going to take the daily live sessions and daily class recording videos we are going to provide, and class notes we are going to provide. This course is going to be 60 hours, daily 1 hour, Monday to Friday we are going to take the sessions. The regular sessions of this Fabric is going to start from Monday. You can use the same meeting link, and the timings and all those things our team is going to exploring to you. Okay, and also we are going to help you on the resume preparation as well, and one end-to-end project as well, and interview questions and answers also. So I'm humble requesting the people who wants to learn alone Power BI, don't learn only Power BI. If you are learning only Power BI, less chances for you. If you are learning this complete Fabric with Power BI, then you will have more opportunities over here. Okay, so this is all about the this Microsoft Fabric, what exactly we have, and you guys can able to enroll for this one. We have 3 free sessions. You can join the 3 sessions and listen how it is, and then we can decide. Okay.